If you're like me, there's nothing quite like the thrill of diving into a post-apocalyptic world. Today I've got a list of 15 great upcoming games set in post-apocalyptic worlds that you definitely don't want to miss. Each of these titles has something unique to offer, and I can't wait to share my thoughts on them. So let's get started then. The Forever Winter is an upcoming tactical survival horror shooter developed by Fundog Studios. In this game, you and your squad must navigate a post-apocalyptic world, scavenging for resources and fighting to survive against massive war machines. The game features a dynamic encounter system where enemies have their own goals and can react intelligently to your actions. The gameplay combines elements of looter-shooters, survival horror, and tactical squad-based mechanics, offering a unique and challenging experience. The game is set to be released on Steam, but the exact release date hasn't been announced yet. I love games that make you think on your feet, and I think The Forever Winter seems like it's going to deliver that in spades. Next up, we have Sand, and this one caught my eye immediately with its unique setting. Instead of the usual barren wasteland, we're looking at a vast desert where ancient technology and nomadic tribes collide. It's got this Mad Max vibe, but with a touch of sci-fi that really sets it apart. What I'm most excited about is the open world exploration. There's something about wandering through a massive, desolate environment that really appeals to me. Plus, the resource management and combat mechanics seem like they're going to be really engaging. The art style is stunning, and I can't wait to see how the story unfolds as you navigate this harsh, unforgiving world. As a huge fan of the Terminator franchise, Terminator Survivors is definitely one of my most anticipated games. Set in a world where Skynet has nearly wiped out humanity, you lead a group of survivors in a desperate fight against the machines. The blend of strategic gameplay, resource management, and action-packed combat is right up my alley. What excites me most is the chance to explore the world of Terminator from a new perspective. Seeing the aftermath of the war with the machines and leading a resistance group sounds like an incredible experience. Plus, the idea of making tough decisions that could affect the outcome of your group's survival adds an extra layer of depth to the gameplay.
Name will be Survivor.
Atomfall is another game that has really piqued my interest. We're talking about a post-nuclear war Earth where society has crumbled and radiation has mutated everything. What stands out to me is the blend of survival exploration and RPG elements. The storytelling seems like it's going to be a major focus, which is something I always appreciate in a game. Navigating a world full of danger where every encounter could be your last is exactly the kind of challenge I look for in a post-apocalyptic game. The dynamic weather and day-night cycles are just the icing on the cake, making the world feel alive and deadly. Next, let's talk about Ashfall. This game is set in a world devastated by volcanic eruptions and ash storms, creating a truly unique post-apocalyptic setting. The idea of navigating a landscape where the very air you breathe could kill you adds a level of tension that I find really appealing. The game offers a mix of survival and action with a strong emphasis on crafting and resource management. I'm particularly excited about the crafting system, having to create everything you need to survive, which is always a fun challenge. The ash-covered world looks visually stunning, and the gameplay promises to be equally impressive. I can already see myself getting lost in this world for hours on end. Showa American Story is a game that really stands out for its unique take on the apocalypse. Set in an alternate version of the 1980s, America has become a wasteland, overrun by zombies and strange creatures, but with a quirky retro twist. The post-apocalyptic horror with a colorful, almost nostalgic aesthetic is something I haven't seen done before, and it's definitely got my attention. The gameplay combines hack-and-slash combat with exploration and RPG elements all wrapped up in this bizarre and intriguing world. What I love about this game is that it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's got a sense of humor and style that makes it a breath of fresh air in the genre. If you're looking for something different, this is definitely one to watch. Next on the list is Outbreak Island, a game that combines survival horror with exploration in a really compelling way. Set on a mysterious island where a viral outbreak has turned most of the population into deadly mutants. You'll need to scavenge for supplies, build shelter, and fend off the terrifying creatures that now inhabit the island. What really intrigues me about this game is the tension it creates. You're constantly on edge, never knowing what's around the next corner. The eerie atmosphere and the sense of isolation are palpable, and I love games that can create that kind of immersive experience. Outbreak Island looks like it's going to deliver on all fronts, and I can't wait to get my hands on this amazing game.
There I do my routine stuff. Trying my best not to get into any trouble. Finally, I'm home. You know, this is the only place where I truly feel safe. Sometimes I overdo it a bit, and then I need a small repair on myself. My insurance is expired, but the service here is not the best either. The day is coming to an end, and my faithful yellow friend and I are heading out to grab dinner. And here we are, the next link in this crazy food chain. Who's next?
ARC Raiders is a bit of a departure from the usual post-apocalyptic fare, but it's one that I'm really excited about. Set in a world where humanity is fighting back against a mechanical invasion. This co-op shooter has you teaming up with other players to take down massive robotic enemies. The game promises fast-paced action, stunning visuals, and a dynamic world where you'll need to adapt to survive. What I love about ARC Raiders is the focus on teamwork. Working together with other players to take down these huge, formidable foes is going to be a blast. Plus, the sci-fi elements give it a unique twist that sets it apart from other games in the genre. This is one that's definitely on my radar.
Perfect. Let's do this. Come on,
New contact. Breaking orbit. Southern Rust Belt.
They will never stop coming.
Marks on screen. Calling for volunteers. Enlist. Resist.
In ExeKiller, we're diving into a dystopian future where bounty hunters rule the wasteland, and I have to say I'm all in for this one. You play as one of these hunters navigating a Western world filled with danger and intrigue. The game offers a mix of first-person shooting exploration and decision-making where your choices shape the outcome of the story. What really excites me about ExeKiller is the combination of Westworld and post-apocalypse, two genres that I love. The world looks incredible, and the idea of making moral choices that affect the story adds a layer of depth that I always appreciate in a game. If you're into dark atmospheric worlds with complex narratives, ExeKiller is one to watch.
Finally. Was it worth it? Of course it was.
Into the Dead Our Darkest Days brings a fresh perspective to the zombie apocalypse genre. And as someone who's played a ton of zombie games, this one is looking awesome to me. This time you're not just trying to survive, you're leading a group of survivors through the chaos. The game focuses on stealth strategy and survival, as you scavenge for supplies and make tough decisions that will determine the fate of your group. What I find most compelling about this game is the emphasis on leadership. You're not just looking out for yourself, but for your entire group, which adds a whole new level of tension to the gameplay. The atmospheric visuals and tense gameplay make this one a must-play for anyone who loves a good zombie apocalypse. Fans of the Metro series, myself included, will be excited for Metro Awakening. Set in the ruins of a post-apocalyptic Moscow, this game continues the story of humanity's struggle to survive in the underground Metro tunnels. What's always stood out to me about the Metro games is their incredible atmosphere. There's nothing quite like the feeling of exploring those dark, claustrophobic tunnels, knowing that danger could be around any corner. Metro Awakening promises to deliver more of that intense, immersive experience, with deep storytelling, intense firefights, and a hauntingly beautiful world that's as dangerous as it is captivating. If you're a fan of atmospheric shooters, this one should definitely be on your radar. Moving on to State of Decay 3, the latest installment in the popular zombie survival series. This game promises to expand on the open-world survival mechanics of its predecessors, with more emphasis on community building, resource management, and of course zombie combat. What I love about the State of Decay games is the way they balance action with strategy. You're not just fighting zombies, you're building a community, managing resources, and making decisions that affect the survival of your group. The world in State of Decay 3 is more dynamic than ever, with changing seasons and weather affecting gameplay, which adds new layer of challenge. It's a must-play for anyone who loves a good zombie apocalypse and wants a deeper, more strategic experience.
And will never be forgotten. No one is forgotten. We live on.
Gears of War E-Day is a game that I think a lot of fans have been waiting for. This prequel takes us back to the origins of the Gears universe, exploring the events that led to the apocalyptic state of the world. What excites me most about this game is the chance to dive deeper into the lore of the Gears universe. Seeing the emergence of the Locust Horde and humanity's desperate struggle to survive is something I've always wanted to experience. The intense third-person shooter action that the series is known for is back. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they expand on the gameplay with new mechanics and storytelling elements. If you're a fan of the series, E-Day is definitely a game to keep an eye on. Next up is John Carpenter's Toxic Commando, and as a huge fan of John Carpenter's work, I'm beyond excited for this one. The game combines the legendary director's love for horror with explosive action set in a world overrun by mutated creatures. You'll be part of a team of commandos fighting to save humanity. The game promises fast-paced cooperative gameplay with a heavy dose of Carpenter's signature style. What I love about this game is that it's not just about shooting monsters. There's a sense of style and atmosphere that only Carpenter can bring, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how that translates into a video game. If you're a fan of his films or just love a good horror action game, this is one you won't want to miss.
You're to blame. You give love a bad name. You're to blame.
Finally, we have Stalker 2, Heart of Chornobyl, and this is easily one of the most anticipated games of the year for me. The original Stalker games are legendary for their intense atmosphere and deep immersion, and Heart of Chernobyl looks like it's going to take that to the next level. Set in the irradiated zone, you'll be exploring a world filled with mutated creatures, hostile factions, and all sorts of other dangers. What excites me most is the open world exploration combined with survival horror elements. It's a mix that works so well in this setting. The visuals are absolutely stunning, and I can't wait to get lost in this world, uncovering its secrets and trying to survive the many threats that lurk in the shadows. This is one of those games that I think will be worth the wait.
Here's your bolt.
Why the hell would I need a bolt?
Take a look around.
Crap.
Each of these games brings something unique to the table, and I can't wait to dive into these worlds and see what they have to offer. Which one are you most excited for? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more awesome gaming content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.